This is an all new color for the Ram HD. Actually, that's not 100% true. I did a video on this color for 2024. However, it was a special edition color for the Rebel and Power Wagon. Now, there is a stipulation for this color that we'll go over in a second, but I did borrow this truck from Larry H. Miller, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge Ram here in Sandy, Utah. It is available for sale. Be sure to text the number below if you would like to purchase this truck. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker so you guys see options and features on this build. At the very top is the description. Base price comes in at $56,015. And ceramic gray is the color. And then here's a short listing of the standard equipment. Be sure to pause to see more. Starting off the options is the Night Edition package for $19.95. Let's give you the painted bumpers. Bighorn Level 1 Plus is $26.95. And the front and rear floor mats $235. High output Cummins. And then this one does have the auxiliary switches. Now they did delete the deployable bed step on this truck. Destination is $2,095 with a total price of $75,575. That's a bit of a shocker. Ram does not overcharge for this color. Primer gray is probably one of the most popular colors today. Some people love this color. Like me, I love it. I have 2 cars in primer gray. But there are people who absolutely hate this color. Now let's talk about that for a second. See, I come from the days where I had family members who would bondo their cars or just strip off the paint because it looked terrible, and then they would do the primer, and that's about all they could afford. So then the car just kind of stayed that way for years and years and years, and that just became a trend back then. So we have to thank all of our uncles, cousins, grandfathers who couldn't afford their paint jobs and just left it in primer gray, because now we want to be just like them. We love primer gray today, and now we get gloss with it, so it's even better. So that's why this color is so important, because Grandpa did it. Thank you, Grandpa, for your services. Now, with that being said, this color is absolutely killer. I think that Ram has the best one. And there is definitely no, that's why they didn't overcharge, because they can't. There's no metallic flake in this. But it does still look good. It's a flat gloss, basically. And yeah, it just looks so good with the Night Edition. So here's something you have to understand. If you want the ceramic gray, you cannot get this color in a regular cab. This is a Bighorn, and Bighorn and Tradesman are the only trim levels that you get the regular cab in, but nope, you cannot get this color. You can get it in a long bed crew cab. It is available in Laramie, but the only issue is, if you want this color, you have to get Night Edition. So for some people, I think they will just say duh. But I can see some people wanting this color with chrome, because again, like I said, Grandpa did it, and Grandpa definitely loved chrome back in the day. But I'm just joking, obviously. I don't think this color would look too good with chrome. But yeah, you have to spend $2,000 basically to get this color, which means there is a upcharge for it. It's Night Edition. But when you get the Night Edition on the Bighorn, you don't get that Sport Performance hood. And I'm telling you, in the future, I'll do a video with the Laramie, which will definitely have it. It's a game changer. I think when they added the Sport Performance hood, it really did give Ram just a little bit more flair. Now, this being a Bighorn, you do get the reflective style LED headlights, high and low beam, your turn signals and fog lights, LED, front parking sensors, recovery hooks, radar cruise control. You can get 360 camera for Bighorn. It's not a lot of money, but you know, it is available. I don't really care so much about it being an option on this truck, but on Laramie Up, it should be standard, and it's not. Solid front axle here, and then here are your tires. These are the Firestone Transforce AT2s. It's gonna be an LT 285 60/20. So this is 33.5 inches tall. Now Ford and GM with their 20-inch wheels, they give you a 275/65. That's basically 34.1 inches tall. So it's a little bit taller tire, but this is actually wider, 11.2 inches wider versus 10.8 inches. This is a wheel they carry over from, what was it, 2019 on to now basically, with the Ram, Laramie, and Bighorn trims when you get the Night Edition. no running boards, and you get all your badging blacked out, which no one is new to Night Edition. Everyone knows that by now. Bighorn doesn't give you smart key system, and they don't paint your door handles. You do have power and heat for both mirrors, and you have that multi-link coil suspension out back, 31-gallon fuel tank, and 7.5 DEF. This truck does not have fifth wheel prep package. Now, I'm probably going to post this video first. I did a video with a Bighorn today, but it had the sport appearance package, but it had fifth wheel prep package. This truck doesn't have that. Now, that truck did have 18-inch wheels, so we'll have to see the difference in the payload for both trucks. But yeah, incandescent taillights. They do kind of give it a tint, but I think it's the same one they give for all the trucks now, not just a Night Edition. Some people have been complaining that in 2024 down to 2019 they gave it a black. It's like basically the blind spot monitoring sensor is like black versus this more basic look on the taillights. You have the parking sensors, 4 and 7 pin for that class 5 hitch, LED lights. And do you guys like how they black out that big Ram badge? Some people don't like the Ram badge. They say it's too big. I say it's not big enough. And then here's your light here. This tailgate is not assisted, and they did delete the step there. You guys see your bed lights. There's no power in the bed, by the way, either. Defrost for that rear glass, but no power sliding glass. And this truck does have 342 rear. And there's your spare tire and anti-spin too. There is an off-road package you can get, which gives you the Bilstein shocks, downhill assist, and those Bilsteins could actually help the ride with these 3/4 ton trucks. There's that new Cummins, still 6.7 liter displacement. Serviceability is going to be better because oil filters there, and then you have your dual fuel filters right in there, and there's your CP8, which is your new Bosch fuel pump. There it is. Now this engine does have 430 horsepower, 1,075 pound-feet of torque, so it only went up 10 horsepower for this year. And they've done some updates to the engine, like the intake and exhaust valves are larger, performance intake manifold, no grid heater. I really do believe that the reason why this engine feels more responsive is, one, they have a new 8-speed transmission, which is not so much of a commercial grade transmission, although it really kind of is. Like, if you think about it, it kind of still is a commercial grade transmission, but the way that it puts the power down is better than the Eisen. That ZF does start in second gear too, by the way. But yeah, I think that them getting rid of that grid heater, that's where a lot of that performance gain is really coming from. I'm willing to bet you that 10 horsepower gain is from that, plus the larger intake and exhaust valves too. But service for the oil is still 10W30 or 5W40. And we do have to talk about that 8-speed transmission, because I think I saw where they say that transmission fluid is 150,000 miles service interval. I don't know if that's true or not, but we got to talk about that in the future. So be sure to subscribe to the channel and we'll discuss that. I pretty much decided to do this video before the other one. If you want to see a more detailed look at the interiors, the Sport and the Night Edition pretty much give you the exact same thing. So I will probably post that video next week. But today we're just going to do a quick drive. But yeah, I do like the fact that this truck does have the bench up front. And
Houston area in June.
Push button start does come standard. There is a backup camera. You can get 360 though, if you want that option. Let's go ahead and see how this truck accelerates. Yeah, when you're pulling off from a stop, that is the biggest improvement with this truck. I'm serious when I say this. Like, so many people, including myself, complain so much about that. So just from a dig right there, you just can tell there's no dead pedal. And the power does come on just a little bit more efficiently. That's the best way to put it. It's more efficient when you hit the throttle. Now let's go ahead and lock it into 8th gear. Oh, actually the light up here is actually green, so I might have to show it to you later if I remember. So if you lock it into 8th, oh, actually I'm gonna catch the light. I'm not gonna run it. Here in Utah, people love to run lights, just saying. But yeah, when we drop down, it'll only drop down to just 2nd gear right there. And that's nice because obviously you don't need to put wear and tear on 1st gear. I mean, that 1st gear in that transmission is like a 490 something to 1. I mean, it's deep. It's a really deep gear. So there's no reason for them to allow you to start in 1st gear unless you're under load. That way, you know, you're gonna need that torque to get going. So yeah, they will let you start in that 1st gear with that deeper setup there. All right, so if you need a merge, let's go ahead and give it wide open throttle right now. So drop down to 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. You guys see do you see the traction control? It's 93 degrees outside. It's completely dry. And I think that there's still some torque management with this truck. Now, this being a crew cab standard bed, this truck is lighter compared to the 1-tons, obviously, right? And I'll show you guys the payload and I'll let you guys see what the curb weight is too. But yeah, let's check out this exhaust brake now. This is where Ram wins. And having this exhaust brake, it's a game changer. A little bit of a downshift. I actually hit the throttle a little bit because I think the light's green up here, so. But yeah, the exhaust brake is so strong with this truck. Here it is again. I don't have it in tow haul mode. Yeah, it's still really strong. It's not as strong as it was with the Eisen, but it's good enough. I think that most people will find it sufficient. And honestly, when you have a load and when it's in tow haul mode, it is stronger because sometimes when something's pushing it, it actually forces it to downshift. Let's go ahead and check out this payload. The front gross axle weight rating is going to be 6,000 pounds. The rear is going to be 6,040, and gross vehicle weight rating is going to be 11,040. The wheels are going to be 20 by 8 wide. All in payload is still over 3,000 pounds, so 3,046 pounds. Now this truck having the 20-inch wheels, if it were to have the 5th wheel prop package, that probably would drop below 3,000. But I hope you guys liked the video. I am looking for a mega cab that was built pretty much after April. I feel like that's when they did that gross vehicle weight rating change. And then that way we can see if that number is going to be different on the mega cabs. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. See you guys soon.